Hello and welcome to part 1 of ME216M's Project 2. In this project, we were tasked with building an interactive temperature display. And here is the hardware that I have set up for this project. On the left is a CP2104 USB to UART converter, which is currently interfacing with the ESP8266 Huzzah board from Adafruit. This is in turn connected over I2C to a monochrome OLED display, an MPR121 capacitive touch sensor, and an MCP9808 temperature sensor. In order to interact with the OLED screen, we actually use a custom-made capacitive touch controller. This is simply a set of copper tape electrodes that I've put onto a plastic board. These allow me to do various interactions such as scrolling and tapping. The first mode of my project that I will demonstrate is glanceable mode. According to the specification, this is a mode that shows the current temperature value. And as you can see, there is really not much fluff to this mode. It simply outputs the temperature in Fahrenheit. To validate that it is actually working, I'm going to simply touch the MCP. As you can see, it increases in response to touch and cools down when I'm not touching the MCP sensor. The next mode that I will demonstrate is the alert mode. According to the specifications, this is a notification that should appear on the screen if the temperature rises above a certain point. And in my case, I have set the alert temperature to be 80 degrees Fahrenheit. To trigger this, I'll simply put my finger on the MCP sensor. Now that the temperature of the sensor has registered at 80 degrees Fahrenheit or above, we see the inverted alert screen. Now to dismiss this, all I need to do is simply trigger a touch event on my control pad. And there you have it. We're back to glanceable mode with the alert dismissed. The next mode that I will demonstrate is detailed mode. According to the specification, this mode is one where a user can see the current, average, minimum, and maximum temperature readings over time since the ESP8266 has been turned on. To activate this mode, I simply press the up button on my control panel. As you can see, we have current temperature up top. We then have the average temperature, followed by the minimum temperature, and then the maximum temperature. And this actually updates in response to temperature changes as well. As you can see, my finger is on the sensor. The new maximum has been established, and thus that updates the detailed mode view. The final mode that I will demonstrate is data mode. In this mode, a user can view a graph of past temperature sensor recordings and scroll through them using a capacitive touch enabled slider. In order to enter this data mode, I first simply press up on my control pad. As you can see, the past temperature readings have been stable, so we don't see a lot of activity on the past monitor logs. To rectify this, we can move forward in time using a scroll right, and that shows the time when I was actually interfacing with the MCP, registering high temperatures. So scroll right moves forward in time. Scroll left. We've now moved back in time to another period where I was testing with the MCP9808 with my finger, and that's why you see the peaks. So in summary, whenever I actually start up the MCP9808 mode, you originally first saw a dilated version of my temperature readings. They were extremely stable. When I scrolled right, you then saw the peaks. And finally, when I scrolled back to the left, you now see the interface where you have both the stable readings and then the jump to the higher temperature readings when I was touching the sensor. In data mode, in order to return back to either detailed or glanceable mode, I simply press down on my control pad. One touch results in data mode. Another touch results in glanceable mode.